The Bungie Weekly Update just dropped, and this one is a massive one. Bungie announces the Community ELIKSNI Quarter event starting next week, and some long-awaited updates on the Crucible, including new maps, modes, playlists, and tons more. So at the beginning of the Twab this week, they give you an overview. This article talks about 4 different things: Trans Awareness Week, the Community Quarter ELIKSNI event kicking off next week, a short update about game security, and then next season kicking off the Crucible updates. They say, in this Twab, we like to remind everyone about Transgender Awareness Week. We here at Trans at Bungie and Bungie as a whole support our transgender and gender non-conforming community, and hope you'll join us in celebrating those who have come before, those with us, and those who will come after us. So to celebrate this community and this week of remembrance, they are giving away this emblem and inviting you to celebrate along with them. Next, let's talk about the community event, which has been leaked for a while and is finally arriving next week at Reset for 2 weeks. This whole community event is about improving the ELIKSNI Quarter. You may have noticed some of it looks like a dump. Since Season of the Splicer, we've been finding our new ELIKSNI friends in some of the most unexpected places. Many corners of our tower have become safe havens for them, even if they're struggling with the vending machines. A space in the last city was also carved out to serve as a home for them. However, we've been noticing that the ELIKSNI Quarter is a bit cold. While Spider has set up a cozy little shop to house his business dealings, many are still taking up residence in places without walls, shelter, or warmth. Misrax is calling upon us to aid in improving their living environment. So here's how you Guardians can help starting next Tuesday. All Guardians will be asked to collect treasure in the form of Captain's coins from around the system. You can donate these to the ELIKSNI Quarter, helping Spider with improvements and upkeep while Misrax and Ido devote their time to researching those relics of Nezarec. Captain's coins can be found in destination chests, lost sectors, public events, and of course Season of Plunder, Catch Crash, and expedition activities. Coins can also be found in the King's Fall Raid, Dares of Eternity, Strikes, Crucible, and Gambit. Each Guardian will have their own personal donations reward track with an emblem, upgrade materials, and a new swashbuckling ghost shell. The community as a whole will pool their treasure together to help Misrax and Spider improve the ELIKSNI Quarter, receiving global community earned rewards and special ELIKSNI thank you gifts along the way. Guardians might even find a deep sight weapon or two to help with completing their crafting collection. This community event will only last for 2 weeks leading up to the next season, so tell your friends, assemble a fire team, and track down that treasure. Speaking of Season of Plunder, Bungie is doing a couple of things. First, some of the voiceover dialogue in Catch, Crash, and Expedition may have not accurately reflected your character's progress throughout the seasonal story, so they made some bug fixes to change that. And second, if you grinded for that Scallywag title, this isn't for you, but for those of you who are, Bungie is making it a little easier. They're dropping that ruffian completion down to 10 from 50, which kinda sucks because it took me forever to get those, but if it helps you guys get the title, then there you go. Vendor upgrades from 23 down to 14, change, promote, and summon first mates to doing it 1 time each, and change the seal requirement to complete 8 out of 9 triumphs. Let's now talk about the big chunk of this update, the Crucible and the future. Here's the TLDR. Define goals for the Crucible ecosystem. Bungie is updating the Crucible playlist structure to streamline the Crucible offerings and help focus our Crucible population, collapsing Control and Clash into a single quick play playlist, and also bringing some of their lesser played game modes into weekly rotators. We're introducing a new Crucible seal and bringing engram focusing to Lord Shaxx to give players more ways to engage with Crucible rewards. In Season 19, Iron Banner gets a new mode and a legacy armor set that veteran Guardians should recognize. We're updating our matchmaking techniques between skill, connection, and team sizes to provide better experiences in Crucible. This will first start with quick play and then roll out to more playlists over time. They're also tuning the quitter suspension parameters for quick play. We'll also be testing new matchmaking techniques in trials to hopefully provide better experience to solo and duo fire teams without the need for freelance, bringing more maps to the Crucible over the next year, and introducing competitive divisions to act as our ranked Crucible space for players seeking to test their skills. So that's the overview, let's dive into this even more. Starting in Season 19, the Crucible screen will have the following options. Quick Play 6v6, which now hosts both Clash and Control, uses loose skill-based matchmaking, which they tuned during Season 18. Weekly Rotator 6v6 / Free-for-All, rotates between weekly Momentum Control, Mayhem, Team Scorch, Rift, and Rumble, and uses purely connection-based matchmaking. Competitive Division, Freelance 3v3. This is now a playlist, randomly picking Survival, Rift, and Showdown. These modes showcase a variety of playstyles designed to show how good you really are at the game. This uses a new skill-based matchmaking setting built using concepts we developed for the loose skill-based matchmaking tuning, but tightened to match you more closely against opponents of your skill. Crucible Labs. During Season 19, Labs is showcasing 3v3 Rift with asymmetric maps. Labs has a stacking plus 25% reputation booster, and Crucible Labs uses connection-based matchmaking. And then Private Match, which is the same. This is where you can train in any given mode, play against your friends, or even host your own tournaments. The Crucible screen will also update during limited time PvP events like Trials of Osiris and Iron Banner. When Trials is active, it will replace Crucible Labs and will also be using ticket-based matchmaking and the Flawless Pool, though we have some news on that in a bit. When Iron Banner is active, it will replace the Quick Play mode. Here is a look at the overall populations for different modes. Let's talk about Crucible rewards. Starting in Season 19, players will have new triumphs and a new title to chase. This new title will be called Glorious. We had many goals centered around ways for players to express their Crucible prowess, slaying enemies, capturing objectives, and even climbing through some of the divisions of our new competitive division. When it comes to guilding, they've taken a pass on the requirements for Unbroken to relieve stress. Win streaks and reaching specific glory thresholds over multiple seasons are no longer required. Lord Shaxx is also getting engram focusing. Crucible will now be the fourth of the core rituals after Trials, Gambit, and Iron Banner to get comprehensive engram focusing options, helping players target specific pieces of gear they've been hunting for. Here's a list of the armor and weapons available for focusing in Season 19. Iron Banner is receiving a new mode called Iron Banner Fortress. In Iron Banner Fortress, the core gameplay is capturing and holding zones. If that sounds like zone control to you, you'd be right. The real fun begins when Keitel gets involved, but we'll leave some of this for you to experience firsthand when Iron Banner Fortress launches on January 3rd, 2023. Let's just say a few of you may be dying to cap a hill. In terms of Iron Banner rewards, here's what we got. Players can expect to earn a few returning Iron Banner weapons not seen since the earlier days of Destiny 2. If auto rifles or slug shotguns are your thing, Saladin has something special for you. Updated with random rolls, fresh perks from the last few seasons, and the Iron Banner origin trait, we're looking forward to seeing what rolls you chase. It's also been a while since we've seen some different armor. This year, they'll be returning to some fan favorite sets coming from the Taken King era. If you've seen some of my videos, I've been rocking this cloak for a long time and I'm excited this is coming back. There's also a section in the Twab for new matchmaking techniques and improving the connection at the high end, but that stuff seems kind of boring to me, so the link is below if you'd like to read that. While Season 19 has much of its focus on general Crucible playlists, matchmaking, and the introduction of the competitive division, we do have some updates for the Trials of Osiris. For starters, we're following the tradition with 2 new weapon rewards for players to hunt. Whether you're hungry for a base model or the fabled Adept variant, we have a new machine gun and a 140 hand cannon up for grabs. Bungie notes they don't have changes for the Flawless Pool yet, but they're also looking to add that fireteam based matchmaking into the Trials of Osiris game mode. For the Year of Lightfall, the Crucible will receive some new and returning maps. For the coming year, Bungie is going to be bringing back 2 maps from the earlier in Destiny 2 days, and they've just started production on a brand new map which we expect to release in the year of Lightfall. And to wrap this up, the competitive division. Here are the goals for this new division. All players can find a variety of balanced matches and feel competitive. A player's PvP decision is a core part of their Guardian identity, and maintain places in the ecosystem to not engage in ranked play but still have decently balanced matches, or to not engage in skill-based matching at all. In Season 19, Bungie is removing glory and adding a 3v3 ranked playlist competitive division, which is a true ladder-based system. Here are the 7 divisions, each with 3 subdivisions: Copper, Bronze, Silver, Gold, Platinum, Adept, and Ascendant. The goal is to provide players with ladders to climb and divisions to achieve, giving a more accurate representation of skill than the current glory system. Players who surpass Gold and begin to chip away at Platinum, Adept, or Ascendant will represent some of the best Crucible players that the community has to offer. So this is kind of like some other games. When the season starts, you'll have 7 placement matches. After the 7th game, you complete the placement series and are placed into a division based on your skill. As you continue to compete in the competitive division, your division rating is adjusted based on 4 major factors: match outcome, whether you win or lose; division inflation or deflation, how far above or below your division is compared to your skill; match performance, how well you performed on a match-to-match basis; and player to lobby skill delta, how your skill compares to everyone else in that match. Upon reaching Gold or higher, your division rating is subject to decay on a weekly basis. Kind of like the current system, if you don't play, you're going to lose your ratings. The competitive division also has a unique take on rewards. Basically, Bungie says they aren't adding anything new that you can't normally get in the regular Crucible to keep you focused on your rank. They don't want you to grind a bunch of matches just to lose your rank and to get this reward. Your current division, though, will give you a multiplier on all Crucible ranks, your reputation earned in Destiny, letting you earn more Crucible engrams, resets, and extra perks on weapons much faster. So even if you aren't great at PvP, jumping into competitive division and earning or keeping your rank will help you earn Crucible rewards 10 to 20% faster than you currently are. For the weekly participation rewards for this new division, they're bringing back an old favorite in the Rose. Rose was originally a legendary hand cannon earned during the Lumina exotic quest. It has a long history in Destiny in which it was corrupted then redeemed, and it now returns with random rolls and an updated perk pool. Anyway, Guardians, there you have a basic overview of everything going on with the Crucible and the new ELIKSNI Quarter event starting next week. I of course did skip some of these bullet points, so if you'd like to read the full Twab, the link is down below. If you'd like to see some other Destiny lore and mysteries just like this video, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. Anyway, I thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.